Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be talking about 6 affordable skincare oils that I use in my skincare routine. I've been seeing that brands have been coming up with these skincare oils which are exorbitantly priced, and I'm just here to tell you that you don't have to spend all that kind of money on good quality skincare oils. You can find a lot of brands out there that are doing a great job bringing affordable skincare to you. However, most of my products come from one or two specific brands. You don't have to go by these brands. You can just get these oils just by itself. I mean, you can do a quick Google search, go onto the brand's website, look at how these products are being sourced. You can read the reviews, and you will pretty much be sorted. But I just wanted to mention the oils that I am using currently. I have been facing a lot of hormonal acne on the lower part of my face, which leads to a lot of scarring. So, scarring and acne have been two focus areas of mine when it comes to skincare. Certainly, just topical products alone will not lead to beautiful skin. Skincare in itself, underneath reflects beautiful skin in itself reflects that underneath it all that you have good health, good mental health, and a good diet. So the kind of food that you're eating, how well hydrated you are you keeping your anxiety and stress at bay? Are you healthy as an individual? Are you exercising well? All those factor into good skin. So keep that in mind. But these definitely aid the process of getting there when it comes to your skincare goals. So the first oil that I have is this miracle product that a lot of people have been talking about in recent times. This is the Bak Chi oil. This is the same product from which Bak Choy oil is derived. Bak Choy oil is supposed to be something very similar to the way retinol works with your skin. Research says that it has great anti-aging benefits, and the kind of gene response or the gene expression they call it, that retinol stimulates is similar to the gene expression that Bak Choy oil in Bak Chi oil produces. So something very interesting that I found out about Bak Chi oil is that this has been used in Eastern medicine for a really long time. In fact, there was this article by, I think, by Forest Essentials, where they had mentioned the various numerous benefits of Bak Choy oil and using Bak Choy oil in your skincare. The one huge advantage of using Bak Chi oil instead of retinol is that you can use it during the day. It doesn't make your skin uh, as sensitive to light, photosensitive, as retinol. So this is a great retinol alternative to be used during the day. In fact, that this requires long-term usage. I think I was watching Dr. Dre's channel. If you don't know who Dr. Dre is, then you're not supposed to know who I am. But she's great, and she happened to mention that in some of the studies they saw this. I don't quote me on this, but I'm almost sure that it was Dr. Dre's channel, where she mentioned that it took around 12 weeks of consistent usage by the research or by the study that was conducted on this product, on Bak Choy oil. That is, with 12 weeks of consistent usage, they could see visible difference. The next oil that I have been using is Tamanu oil. This again, I'm not very sure which brand it was. I want to say 100% sure. Had like this small bottle of Tamanu oil that that a lot of influencers were talking about. Again, like the Bak Chi oil, this also is from Nature's Tattva. You could pretty much get it from any other good brand that you know is good. I mean, do go through their ingredients, do go to their website and see how they're sourcing it. Make sure it doesn't have a lot of chemical additives, it's cold pressed and things like that. As long as you can find a virgin cold pressed oil, it's great. So this Tamanu oil is supposed to be great with fighting of acne, stretch marks, treating your rashes, and also treating ingrown hair. I don't know how far that's true. I've never used it for that purpose, but this is supposed to be very calming on your skin. And this specifically I use on days that I have too many acne flares. I do not keep it on for a long time. So what I do is sometime during the evening I just put it on, wash it before I go to bed, and then go to bed. That is what I do with Tamanu oil. and I have heard a lot of positive things about Tamanu oil. Oh, I forgot to mention one other thing. With the Babchi oil, what I do is I mix in a little bit of any other lighter oil, because Babchi oil is very, very thick. So what I do is I mix a little bit of any other lighter oil. It could be something like avocado oil, and then apply it onto my skin. Coming back to Tamanu oil is not all that thick, so I find it very comfortable and convenient to apply it directly onto my face. But if you find it to be too thick for your liking, then you can still, mix it with another carrier oil and use it. Also, always make sure that when you're buying oils, that you're buying carrier oils and not essential oils and putting it right on your face. If you're buying carrier oils, you don't have to mix it with other oils. Essential oils are not supposed to be directly used on your face. It will burn your face. Actually, carrier oils can be used directly on any part of your skin. However, essential oils are not supposed to be used directly on your skin. It will burn your skin, not just your face. The next product is a celebrity recommendation. I don't know which celebrity, but I was watching this random, video years ago where a celebrity happened to mention that she uses rosehip oil every day and she wakes up with a beautiful glow, and that is why I started using rosehip oil. Now, rosehip oil I use on very sparingly, but I use it on days that I feel that I have very dull skin. So those are days that I use rosehip oil. I sleep with it. Now I am not entirely sure if all skin types can sleep with oils on their face. If you're very oily, if you're acne prone, if you're too acne prone, and if you seem to be noticing that by applying oils you are waking up with too many more acne flares, you might want to avoid it. But I sleep with rosehip oil and I haven't faced any issues. This one, the particular one, I don't know what brand it belonged to. I just bought it and put it into this pump bottle because it came in a flip top bottle, and eventually with use the flip top bottle broke, and so I just transferred it into this bottle. This works great. It does have that nice brightening effect in the morning. Now that could be as a result of deep hydration and moisturization, or maybe the active ingredients in this oil itself is causing a nice brightening effect on your skin. But this is a beautiful oil. I have loved it for years and years and years. I've probably used rosehip oil continuously for the last 4 or 5 years. So that definitely attests to the fact that how well it must be working for me. I wouldn't use a product for 4 or 5 years if it isn't working for me. I wouldn't be repurchasing an oil if it didn't work for me. I have definitely seen visible difference the morning after having used this oil. Rosehip oil is probably the best oil I have used on my skin. I know a lot of people say argan oil is great for your skin and hair, but nothing beats rosehip oil, at least on my skin. The next oil that I have is something that I use more or less like a spot treatment. Again, you'll see a kind of a theme here. All of my oils are from Nature's Tattva because I just feel they're priced right for the quality of products that they provide. In fact, they provide better quality than the kind of price at which they're selling these products. So this is their neem oil. Now the neem oil is something that I use it for all purposes. I use it on my plants sometimes. I use it on my hair sometimes. Like every once in a while I mix it with some other hair oil and use it on my scalp. The one purpose that I use it very regularly for is to spot treat my acne. Neem oil is supposed to be antiseptic in nature. It's supposed to have antibacterial properties, because of which it works great on acne flares. It almost like over a day or two of consistent use, you will notice that your acne is subsiding. The active acne is actually subsiding. That's because this kind of prevents the bacteria that is building up in that pustule that you have over your acne, the pus filled acne. It really helps with that, and I use this only as a spot treatment. I don't apply it all over my face. If I have an active acne, I pump a little bit of it and just dab it on top of that active acne, and that is it. And it has been working really well for me. I used up half a bottle of this, I think, in less than 4 or 5 months. So that's a lot given that this is a 200 ml bottle and I use this as a spot treatment and mixed with other oils on my hair, I do not use this same bottle on my plants. I have that, I buy a separate bottle which you get in all plant nurseries for my plants, but this is only for my face and my hair, and it's excellent. The last product I have is castor oil. Castor oil is my solution to almost all my problems in life. I'm kidding. But castor oil is something that I use when I have a headache on my head. I use it on the center of my head when I have headaches. If I'm not able to sleep, again, I use it on the center of my head. If I have very tired eyes, I use it on the top of my eyelids before going to bed. The most important reason why I use it is because I feel this works better than any other oil cleansing step. I mean, if you have a emulsifying oil cleanser, that's great. But if you're somebody like me who likes to remove, like when I go out, especially in a lot of pollution and dust, the way I like to remove my makeup is not a emulsifying oil cleanser. Instead, I like putting on oil and then using warm water soaked washcloth and then wiping off all the oil and then going in with a soap cleanser. Now that is something similar to your two-step or a dual-step, two-step cleansing method, and something like that. I prefer mixing castor oil and coconut oil in my first oil cleansing step, but this is very specific to the days when I go out in dust and pollution, and I found this to be very effective. I remember reading somewhere that castor oil has a texture very similar to the sebum in your skin. Now, don't quote me on it, but I just remember reading a long time ago somewhere that castor oil has a very similar texture to the sebum, and so whatever dirt and grime is collected in the pores of your skin, it kind of melts it together with the sebum and brings it out to the surface so that you can wipe it clean with warm water and a towel. So that is how I use my castor oil. This is to the end of this video. I hope this was helpful. Again, please remember, you don't have to buy these exact brands. You don't have to use it the way I do. You can do your own research. You can try to combine these oils, use them in different ways. You can play around a lot with them. They're also very user-friendly in the sense that they rarely ever cause adverse effects, but there are chances of allergies and things like that. So do a patch test. Do perform a patch test, and also make sure that you don't have any specific allergies to it. Do your research and try and using do your research and try and using do your research and try using them. I hope this was all useful. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.